You're not like anyone else in this world. I'm hearing you break the laws of physics. Okay? You're not like anyone else in this world, and that's how you're gonna know that this message is for you. This is finding you for a divine reason, and it's because sometimes you feel extremely out of the ordinary, and it can feel a little bit confusing. But when I say you break the laws of physics, Spirit is showing me that you exist in a way that basically it like disaligns societal ways of being. Okay, so this could show up in physical things, but for some reason I'm getting that it's much more prominent in that you just do things, or you say things, or you are things. I feel like also like being extremely honest could be a massive quality that you have, where maybe sometimes you can be a little bit too honest and you don't quite get societal, like this feels like what's the word, social norms, like, and you also might really struggle with social cues. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, you sometimes you push past boundaries unknowingly that society usually never pushes past, and that's what makes you like such a, almost like a trigger. Like I feel like you could be like an existing trigger. It's not just that you're like a walking trigger, though you could also resonate with that, where like sometimes people could get really like triggered by you just existing. But I think more deeply than that, the way that you exist triggers others because you go past or outside of the box. You could be someone who just like colors outside of the box in the way that you exist, and it really might irritate other people, or sometimes you might push against the sides of the boxes that other people exist within, and that makes other people really uncomfortable, to a degree that sometimes you might like recognize it and be like, oh, I just like broke a social norm, or like you might realize that you've done that and you just didn't even realize that you were doing that. I do feel like you're someone who has like a thing for the truth. Okay, 222 on the timer. I don't know why, but it feels like you are meant to be very honest or truthful. I feel like you could be someone who's also a lie detector, and I'm really receiving this strongly that like you might be someone who sees it how it is, but like you also watch people create illusions. I feel like you're almost like a little bit hyper aware. You could be very neurospicy, but you're hyper aware of like people living or existing within their social norms, and you watch this and you see people say things that you know aren't the truth, and yet you know the truth. I also feel like there could be something significant here about like you knowing the truth but learning lessons consistently about the fact that you're not meant to be the one to share the truth all the time. This could also be something that's like actually a little bit difficult for you. It feels like because you know the truth, you're like, oh, well, I'm supposed to share the truth. But I think that you're learning lessons, and maybe this has been going on for quite a while and it's not going to stop. Like energetically, this feels like something that you're just like learning to balance in your life. I'm seeing the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so it's almost like, yeah, it's like a juggling game where you're like trying to learn how to know the truth, or know such honesty, and also that it's not your place to make honesty come to the light. That's meant to happen naturally or with the order of nature. And it's very interesting because it's like you're very connected to nature too. Like you could just be like someone who runs around barefoot, or you could really connect with like the laws of nature, like really learn a lot from nature. Maybe you're really connected with trees. I did see trees for a second there. I'm also seeing the tree card from my Cosmos deck, which I don't have with me right now. Gorgeous, gorgeous card. I feel like you could just be like an earth energy or an earth presence energetically. And it's very interesting. It's almost like you're learning. There's something significant about your voice and your truth also being almost like a waymaker or a wayfinder. They're showing me Moana, like when she forms a way of the ocean. It feels like you're doing that with your truth, where you're forming a path that has not existed before, 444 on the timer, with your voice. I am also getting a very beautiful, strong energy that you are someone who is living a reality that was never possible before this, okay? So you're living an experience that 10, 20, 50, 100 years ago would never have been possible. So you're very much a way shower, but you're a way shower in your voice, okay? So there's something very significant about your voice. You're either going to be someone who is meant to perform or shares your voice on social media, or you're meant to do talks or something like that. You could also just be someone that's an artist. So you could be a musician, you could do spoken word, you could there's something significant about you sharing your voice in particular. You could even be an author, but I feel like your voice, what you're doing with your voice as well, is something that has never been done before, really. Like the reality that you are existing within, and the ways or the path that you are living, it just hasn't been done before. And that's also very, it almost feels like unsettling a little bit for you, because you're doing something that people haven't done before. So you might feel very, very out of the ordinary, as in like you could feel very watched, and also just like witnessed too. I almost feel like even like the way you walk, I feel like could be significant, like people, and also the way that you exist. I don't know, there's something about your energy and your presence that like people look at you, people notice you, people see you energetically. I feel like you present a very gorgeous front, but there's something so dynamic about your energy. It's almost like very controversial is what it feels like, even in the way that you just exist as a presence in the world. You're very controversial, and you may start up conversations that you don't even mean to start up, but you're almost giving this energy of like you're the person everyone is talking about. And I feel like you don't even really try. You're just the fucking talk of the town, or the talk of a conversation. Like people love your name in their mouth because you're a controversial subject that pulls attention. And because you are that, so many people use your energy to get, or to spark conversation, to almost like receive from the controversial energy that you exist within, but they themselves don't want to be controversial, so they talk about you because you exist in a controversial way. This almost feels like you're someone that's like meant to disrupt societal norms. Like I feel like that's a huge part of your presence here, and it's not like you really have to try. I feel like you do this very naturally, just in the way that you exist, especially if you're neurodivergent or neurospicy. You just are not the way others have been before. And I also want to just like add on top of this, like the cherry on top, is that I do feel like if you are neurodivergent or neurospicy, you have gifts. Like you're someone who has abilities. Do you know, I'm gonna go into this. Do you know how that happens? When you're neurodivergent, it's basically because you have a lot of metals, heavy metals that are in your brain. Okay, so that actually gets passed down through generations, but it also gets passed down when we consume things that increase the heavy metals in our brain. Okay, so what happens is you have a brain, and there's the two sides of your brain. And if you want to reference this to someone, I am referencing a medium. There is a book called Medical Medium. Okay, it's an incredible, very gifted human being who wrote a book, who receives direct information about spirit and health. This is where this information comes from. Okay, your brain is broken like this, and like right in the center, heavy metals almost like pulled together. Okay, so when it's passed down, it already exists in your brain as a child. Okay, Now, if you have these heavy metals and it's really, really intense, it actually blocks the pathways that are supposed to go between the two sides of your brain. So what happens instead is that your brain starts shooting off new neural pathways that go this way or this way or this way, right? So that it can connect. It's creating neural pathways that have never existed before. So you legit are the living presence of a being and a brain and an existence that has never been before. Because your brain has neural pathways that have never existed before because it didn't have the same patterns that it could use that have existed before. Okay, when this happens, that actually is what creates your abilities as a child. Your gifts, what you're able to do. It's because neural pathways exist inside of you that don't follow the norm. You are literally a controversial brain pattern. And because of that, you will be able to and are doing and are the existing presence of someone that is here to counteract all of the patterns that have existed before. Whew. All right, if this message resonated with you or found you, definitely let me know. I will see you in the next message. Something is going on inside of your head right now. This feels like a clearing. Okay, the angels are directing me to an energy that is very, it almost feels like a filling. Okay, so you're having a clearing happening inside of your head or your mind is what it feels like. It literally feels like inside of the head space. So you could have physical stuff going on inside of your jaw, your head, temporal lobe, in these areas right now. Something's going on inside of your head, and this is actually a very beautiful energy. Okay, I'm feeling a clearing, like something that has been taking up space inside of your mind is being cleared. They're showing me the Page of Swords. Okay, this is a very beautiful energy of mental, almost like mental fogginess or cloudiness being cleared. I don't know if you just did something, that would be massive confirmation for you, but it feels like you just did something, either spiritually, physically, of removing what has been taking your energy or taking up space inside of your mind. This is like a very good energy, okay? This feels like you're finally being granted an opening. This will be connected to your throat chakra, but it's even more so connected to the way that you communicate with yourself as well. So it's like space has finally been cleared for your energy to not dwindle, show up in a foggy way, or even take away from you. It almost feels like maybe someone else also had access to your headspace in some way, maybe through negative like thought patterns, whether they're coming through psychically or they're coming through people that were actually in your physical life. Whatever it was, it feels like you've like taken the fogginess that was existing inside of your brain and like literally like taken it out. So, and I do feel like you did something. So I don't know what you did, but if you did something, definitely let me know in the comments. I don't know. But I feel like something just happened that is clearing this passageway for you. They're also showing me an energy coming through your voice or your throat. So maybe you've like purged energy recently, or you may even have like pains in your jaws in this area, right? Like this area, or even like I keep getting this area too, could be really significant. Those pains are literally being purged out of you at this time. And it's interesting because it's like a purging began, but it's still going. It feels like the passageway, like whatever was thick and heavy has been pushed out. And now it's like, with every breath that you take, the rest of whatever's been in there is clearing out. So you might still be experiencing a little bit of like it almost feels like you're like having a cough or a cold, or you're like coughing out the gunk that's in there, but the passageway is open. And this is a beautiful, beautiful energy, because it means that what is ahead of you is you sharing your voice. I don't know who you are, but I know that this message needed to find you for a reason, okay? I'm hearing a question. It's, am I going to make it out of this? Am I going to get out of this rut? Okay, I feel like you're someone who could be feeling a little bit like outcasted right now. But I also feel like this could be financial. So I do feel like this could be a financial reading, or maybe there's a part of you that's like, maybe like feeling cornered in by your finances. Okay, it really feels like you're someone who, I don't know, it almost gives the energy of, I feel like you've worked to really progress in life, and you know that there's more there for you. But at the same time, it almost feels like you're someone who's in an energy of fake it till I make it, where there's a part of you that you're in the midst of this really weird pressure cooker energy in your financial realm. Okay, that's how you're gonna know that this message is for you. You're in the midst of it. Okay, so you're right in between, and you'll hear this all the time from society, like fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it, and everyone says that, you just keep faking it. But you may be someone who's been like pushing and like believing in yourself and believing in things outside of you for such a long period of time that you're almost like, do I have the energy to keep like faking it? Like, what if I don't make it? You know what I mean? Like, what if I don't see progression? And I know that that's why this message needed to find you the most. Okay, we have the Devil coming out as your first card. You're in your head. Okay, you're in your head, which is totally understandable to be in your mind in this moment. I also, for some reason, feel like there could be something significant about loans for you. Like maybe you have a few loans, or maybe you have like a really big loan that is, again, like pushing you in a corner. It feels like you're in a pressure cooker right now. And a pressure cooker makes the most tender, juiciest, most flavorful meats, right? It almost feels like you're a diamond that's like being built underground right now, and there's so much pressure that you don't even think that you can come out of this. Okay, and I really feel like this is so significant to have found you, because you're feeling this energy, because there is a confirmation here that you would not be in the position that you are in right now, 222 on the timer, unless you knew, and your soul knows, that there is going to be another side to it. Okay, so you are going to make it out of this pressure cooker. And I know that this message is finding you. It feels more channeled than anything, but this is finding you because there's a part of you that needs that like support right now. And I feel like you've been carrying your own weight for such a long time, and maybe you don't even carry your own weight. Maybe you carry the weight of others as well. Yeah, I'm getting really hot reading this energy too. You could even live somewhere that's like really hot right now, but it feels like you're carrying the weight of, you could have a child too, okay? Or you could have like family that you carry the weight of, where it almost feels like it's all on you to like make it through this. And I also am getting this energy that maybe you don't even really like know if you can talk to anyone about this. Like you have to almost like keep a strong face for the people you love. And again, like there's so much confirmation that this message needed to find you, because you're not alone. And I know that there's a part of you that might feel like you are alone right now, but this message is here to remind you that you are not alone, okay? And even though you might feel like you have no one that you can talk to, you are not alone. And the message that's coming through even more deeply than that message is that you are going to make it out of this. And I don't really know what this is for you. I think that's for your own information, for you to know that this is for you, right? Like you're gonna know what you're going through, but I do know that it's financial, okay? Queen of Pentacles, you're gonna make it out of this, okay? Going from the Devil to the Queen of Pentacles is a crazy beautiful number, 404 on the timer. You're going to make it out of this. The Queen of Pentacles is an energy that is completely provided for, okay, financially. Like she is, and there's no gender in the tarot, so you can be a male or a woman or a they, however you want to represent. But this is a feminine energy of being provided for by Earth, but also in the tangible world. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles is a card that you have to go through every single one of the other suits before you can become the Queen of Pentacles, which means you've gone through the mental sphere, the passionate sphere, you've gone through the watery sphere, okay? 444 on the timer, and now you are in the realm of Pentacles, which means do not fucking give up now, okay? Like, I almost feel like there's this like huge push from your spirit team that like your justice is right around the corner. You are at that moment right before the release, okay? Right before things work out for you. And it's always in these moments that people give up. Like, and I know that that's not your story. Your story is not to be the person that gave up. Your story is to be the person that you pushed so deeply for such a long period of time. And maybe no one believes in you, okay? Like, maybe there's no one that's really supporting you, and you know that people are talking weird about you. But you're the person who they're gonna talk about 5 years from now, or whatever the time frame is, where they're like, oh, hey, can we sit down for lunch? Can we have a conversation? Like, how did you do this? And it is because you are not giving up in this moment. So you need to make sure that you stand strong, okay? Because your justice is right around the corner. I just started getting really, really hot. Whew, angels, can you give me any clarity or last information about this reading? I feel like mostly you just need like guidance. There's your card again. What the heck? Yeah, I feel like right now you're going through something so internally. And I also feel like there's a part of you, you know what I'm hearing? There's a part of you that is unwriting the version of you at this time that has lived in poverty. Okay, so that can be different for each of you how that arrives, but that's what I'm receiving. Okay, this is a card of poverty, literally. Like, it's a card of like you are standing right outside a church or a castle that has all of the abundance inside, and yet you have like scrawny clothing, and like maybe you feel like you don't fit in, you feel like you aren't welcome inside. But the secret of this card is that you can actually just walk through the door, okay? And that's what you're doing, is you're in the moment of choosing, like, no matter what I look like, no matter how I present, I know that I'm meant to be in this place, and I'm gonna walk my ass there, okay? And you're gonna do it internally. So just like, don't give up on yourself. And I know that this message, and I know that it can be so obnoxious to like hear that, like someone coming onto your For You page and being like, don't give up on yourself. But like, I am telling you, this channeled message, the universe hacked this message to get to you because you needed to hear this message so deeply. Do not give up on yourself. Keep going, okay? And you are so not alone in this process. If you need someone to talk to your spirit guides. And if you don't believe in spirit guides, talk to someone else. But talk to someone, okay? I feel like there's something significant about your voice and sharing your truth, okay? And this is such a strong, powerful, beautiful message. It is the people that no one believes in that do the things that no one can imagine, okay? Do not give up on yourself. Keep going. You are not alone. You are so guided. Just listen to your intuition and sit inside of yourself a little bit more. Have conversations with your soul self. That's where the secrets of the universe live, okay? Inside of you. All right. If this message resonated with you or found you, definitely let me know, and I will see you in the next message.